Hey guys, welcome back to Wilder Home Adventures. My name is CJ. Down here to my left we have Cody and Kai, and we are still touring the Peak District at this point. So we started today at Castleton, which is famous for Peveril Castle. Now this is one of the earliest known Norman castles where the keep was built in 1176. So we're going to go check this out, and then after this we're going to go check out Cavedale. I had initially planned on doing Mam Tor, but it's completely sucked in by cloud, so really no point. And then, yeah, not sure where we're heading after that. So a bit of the history as we're climbing to the top. We got, I think, Back Tor and Lowe's Hill just behind us, and actually Mam Tor has finally cleared. Of course, now we've decided not to do it. But what's interesting about this castle, didn't really house royalty, and they almost, if ever, visited. It was predominantly a castle that was used to house the keepers of the forest, who basically policed the area for poaching, outsiders taking wood, taking animals, a collection of taxes, and in later years a pound, quote unquote, for lost and stray wildlife that hadn't been claimed. Well, you can see why this was built where it was. That is one heck of a climb up to the top to get to Peveril Castle. Very much worth the walk for these beautiful views over Castleton, Lowe's Hill, Back Tor, and Mam Tor. Castleton just down here. So this wasn't the first attempt to dominate this valley. Originally up on the top of Mam Tor is actually the remains of a very large hill fort. So we're standing inside the keep, but this was not a building that anybody lived in. This was purely administrative purposes, maybe even ceremonial, but it would have had two floors. So this floor would have been the main floor, and it would have had a staircase that went down for storage, and then another staircase that went up to the parapet. So well preserved though. It's very, very cool. So not only did this have great views and commanding presence over Hope Valley, we're also got amazing views here up Cavedale, and that's where we're going to go next. So this is the entrance to Cavedale. You can already see some things that sort of look like caves, but as Sir Arthur Conan Doyle said, this whole area is hollow. You could strike it with a gigantic hammer and the whole place would boom, or maybe cave in altogether. But this is definitely, everything that you walk through in this cavern or this dale, it's one of the most stunning in the Peak District. As we walk up through here, what we'll be walking on is the ceiling of a giant cavern, and it's a potholer's paradise. It's really great for caving. But yeah, it's just absolutely incredible to think that places like this exist. So I'm looking at this, walking up on my left, thinking, oh, that's really cool. Completely miss this up to my right. I think I'm gonna have to keep my eyes peeled on this. paths leading up to it. A little disappointing. There's so many caves through here. You can see why the Normans would have chosen this site. Not only for its, I mean obviously it's beautiful, but for its strategic position, taking advantage of these steep sides, the other side as well, and building on the rocks that basically created a already built impenetrable wall. And along with that they get these amazing views. But I don't know, how much do you think they actually appreciated these views up this valley? That'd be an interesting question to ask an Norman. So I think we found the entrance to one of the caves. Looks like some holes have been drilled in, so we obviously won't go far because I haven't got a flashlight, but I'm gonna check this out. Yeah, I definitely think this is more rock climbing. Well, we made it up to this little hole, but I thought there was going to be more to it. Looks like more rock climbing than caving. That really wasn't worth the risk. Now I just gotta get down. One set of stinging nails right there, and it got me to... Oh, my butt's wet now. Much easier coming down than going up. I was a bit wary that I might slip. Don't want to get hurt, obviously. I'm not finished with my vacation yet. So behind me we actually have one of the entrances to the cave. It's a shame as people just throw litter in there, leave no trace. But obviously it's gated off, only accessible to certain people at certain times, I'm assuming. So Cave Dale itself isn't very long. Now you can do a loop, but what we're going to go ahead and do is head back to the car, end this video on a high note, and take you to one of the most famous caves in the Peak District. If you can guess which one it is, great. If not, stay tuned and you'll find out. Now this is the cave entrance, and this is just inside as you come into the gate. A little bit of a climb up and a little bit of a rock scramble, but that is, I'm sure, where most people go into. So if you haven't guessed where we're going to check out probably the most famous cave in the Peak District, and that's Thor's Cave. I'm sure you've seen it filmed a lot, but I want to check it out for myself because it definitely looks pretty darn epic. So just like Glathkill Dale, this is also a limestone winter-born river. So there's no water in it currently right now. It's all flowing underneath. I don't know if we're gonna beat this to the cave, but we are really hoping so. Misjudged the rain this time, just so you can tell. So we're hiding out under this tree just while we're waiting for it to stop. It's just a big shower, thankfully. But we did get our first views as we were running of Thor's Cave up on the hillside, so hopefully we can just backtrack a little bit and have a look. And with that, the rain is done, and up behind us we have Thor's Cave. So it's not very far from the parking area, and at least along the river here it's all paved. Of course, up to Thor's cave itself is not. It is a scramble. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about getting up there. Like, I've seen so many people's pictures of this that I'm just like, ooh. Alright, so we've got some information here. So Thor's cave, which they think is a corruption of Thor, or there is some, obviously, relative to the god of thunder, Thor, but it was actually created by the effects of wind and water, and would have actually been south of the equator under a shallow sea. The hills that you see around us would have actually been a reef under the sea. So, but this whole area has been used since the Bronze Age. They found bones of red deer, giant red deer, and bears from thousands of years ago in this area. So I find that quite fascinating. Good old climb to the top. Oh, but it's nice and it's all steps, because otherwise this would be really muddy right now and very slippery. Well, we are almost there. I'm just seeing the entrance to the cave, which means we should be there before the next rainstorm hits, because that's just coming in behind us, and I'm also hearing thunder. Wow, oh my gosh, this is nuts. Wow, guys, it is big, but I'm just very cognizant that we are about to get nailed, so we might be up here a while. One thing I can't believe is we also have this ourselves. Holy crap. Holy, this just goes on. I didn't realize how big this was. Oh my gosh, just like, that's crazy. Absolutely blown away. This is bigger than I thought it was going to be, more extensive than I thought it was going to be. That just keeps going back. There's points up here. If I felt like climbing, you could go up further, but it's just so convoluted in its design. And I have the entire place currently to myself. But what an incredible experience. I don't know if this is going to be easy to beat. So yeah, I think we're just going to sit in here and wait till the storm passes. Might as well stay sheltered, right? But it's crazy, like, you can tell how many people have been in here, because this stone is so smooth in all places. Cody needed a lot of help getting in here because he just couldn't manage it. But incredible, guys. Speechless. I feel like I'm in a cathedral, in God's cathedral, which is quite fitting since yesterday was the day that the Queen died. I realize you guys are watching this sometime in 2023, but it feels like a very apt place to be on my own in God's own cathedral. Alright, I think we have a bit of a weather window. We're going to book it back to the car. It's not obviously very far, but let's take advantage of it while we can. But yeah, that's the joy of at least Kirkham, because I get back there, if I'm soaked, then I can put clean, dry clothes on, and I don't have to deal with wet tents or any of that stuff. But I just still can't get over this view out here. Absolutely incredible. What I thought was a weather window, in fact, is not. And just as soon as 30 seconds after we left the cave, it started raining, and I don't think it's going to look very good all the way back to the car. I don't think there was going to be many weather windows. Looking out that direction, it's just nothing but black, heavy grey clouds at this point, so we just get wet, I guess. Well guys, I think I'm going to leave this video here while we're still under the shelter of the trees. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, but we are going to try and top this in our final video for the Peak District, which we will be doing tomorrow. We'll see if you guys can guess what that might be. It is one of the most dramatic, incredible places that you can go in the Peak District. So stay tuned for that, coming next Wednesday. But as always guys, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, and thanks for watching.